Have you guys got a shirt yet? I've noticed that I've only sold one mountain shirt. What's that about? What's that about? You guys don't like shirts or something? You guys don't wear any clothes? What are you, a bunch of Sasquatches or something? You're buying somebody else's t-shirts, that's what's happening, right? Oh, okay, I get it. I see how it is. I see how it is. I'm gonna have to come up with a solution for that. And I don't think you're gonna like the solution. Oh, you're awake. Now look at the mess you got yourself in. Where's my shovel? Where's my shovel?
Train the muscles, not the joints.
Mountain. Okay, welcome back to Untitled Bodybuilding, and today I'm going to talk to you about the secret to building muscle. Now, I know there are lots of different techniques and lots of different ways to building muscle, but I wanted to share with you the one main principle and how I came upon it back in the day when I was competing, and something I still apply to this day. And this principle is, wait a second, let's call it the reminder principle. The reminder principle, which means you are constantly reminding the body that it needs to grow or that it needs to maintain muscle. Now, you're not only doing this with your training, but you're also doing this with your diet and with your sleep, etc. But the one main thing that I found was really effective in training was higher frequency, less intense workouts interlaced with intense workouts. So how I came upon this was when I was personal training and I was in the gym all the time. I was in the gym 4 or 5 hours a day, sometimes 6, 7 hours, and I'd be going back and forth, sometimes commuting, having these appointments all over the map, which is a real pain in the butt, and I didn't really like that too much. But the bottom line is I usually found myself in the gym when I was tired or with different timing. So I wasn't always on a set schedule when it came down to my workout, but I usually had these different clients I had to train around, which was constantly getting in the way of my workouts. So I found a way to get my workout in throughout the day. So what I was doing was sometimes I would train a body part in between 2 clients because I didn't have time to do a whole workout, but I would just do a couple sets or 4 or 5 sets of one workout. And then after I train somebody else, then I have something to eat, and then maybe I go back in the gym and do another body part for 4 or 5 sets. So what I would do is intersperse smaller workouts throughout the day and have a higher frequency in my training because of it, because obviously you don't want to go super heavy when you're not going to get in a really good warm-up, etc., or when you're sidetracked with time, right? You never want to rush a heavy workout, because if you're rushing a heavy workout, that's when an injury can occur. But what I was doing was that I was experiencing these really big pumps that would last for days, and I was experiencing overall muscular and strength gains because I was constantly reminding the body and stimulating it that it needed to grow, or that it needed to at least maintain the muscle. So because of this, I found that higher frequency training really did work. And the nice part about higher frequency training is that when you are doing your workouts, you're not feeling obligated to have that perfect workout, as opposed to when you're only training a body part once a week and are thinking, geez, you know, this workout better be the best workout ever.
Yo, man, did you have a good workout?
I had an okay workout. It was okay. What was that? What are you hitting me for? What's going on?
Was it the workout of your life?
It was okay. I said, what are you doing, man? What's wrong with you?
No, man. Was it the workout of your life? Would you say it was the workout of your entire life? Best workout you ever had?
Okay, fine. I had a good workout, right? Okay, I had a good workout. Are you happy? I had a good workout.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was. I thought it was the workout of your life.
I better have all the reps, I better have all the ranges of motion, I better have all the exercises and all the different variations of the exercises in my workout in order to make sure I hit that perfect workout, because it's just that once in a lifetime type workout that you're getting in. It's kind of like Halley's Comet coming by, you know? The fact is, when you're doing higher frequency workouts, you can afford to have different variations of rep ranges, you can afford to have different variations of exercises, because your body is always being reminded to grow. And it's not that important for it to have the perfect workout, right? Because you're getting 2, 3, sometimes 4 workouts on the same body part in a week. So don't worry so much if your intensity comes down when you do a bit of a higher frequency split, because it's a different type of training principle that does bring huge amounts of gains for a lot of people. Now, if this doesn't work for you, I'm okay with that. But this is definitely a valid principle when it comes down to building a massive amount of muscle. MAM training, massive amounts of mountainous muscle. Mountain. Now, of course, there are other factors to consider, other factors that come into training, and those are also important. I mean, type exercises, gaining strength, progressive overload, stretching, and, stabilizer type work, compound movements, overall body work. All this stuff is valid for sure. But this one principle, I think, almost trumps them all. Hey, look, geese. I guess they're going to the nest. Yeah, that reminds me, I need to have my protein shake. So sometimes I refer to this technique as the callus principle or to the high frequency type training principle. But there's a few different names you could give it. One of them is the lower intensity principle, which means that just the benefit of training itself, not to failure, just the training effect, just constantly putting weights on the body or on the muscle can cause an adaptation without actually having to kill the muscle or totally destroy it. And in other news, somebody told me that I should cut my hair. I have no idea why they want me to cut my hair. It's not like I can't see where I'm going or anything. You know, it's like... Now, I'm not saying there isn't benefits to destroying the muscle as well. I'm saying there is benefits to that. But what I'm saying is that people underestimate the benefit to just putting weight on the muscle. So say something is not hard for you, it's relatively medium as far as intensity goes. Like say you're doing 10 reps with something that you could easily do 20 reps with, but you're just getting that frequency in. At some point, that thing that felt like a medium sort of intensity might start to feel totally light just because you're acclimating the body to it all the time. So there is something to be said to just going through the motions, as much as people make fun of this. And I know that there's a glorification of intensity, and a couple of my Patreon supporters are totally intense, and then sometimes they get injured because they're glorifying the intensity a little bit too much. Okay, I'm not going to point out any names here, but I admire the intensity. Don't get me wrong, I admire the intensity you have. But at some point you have to understand that intensity is one way of stimulating the body, and it is one way to get muscle mass gains. But at some point you'll hit a wall there. So then you may need to go into the low intensity principle, which means just get the training in. High frequent training, often, constantly remind the body to adapt, but you don't have to kill it.
Now look at the mess you got yourself in.
It's just constantly subtly reminding. It's kind of like your wife telling you to take out the garbage. There's a subtle reminder and then there's nagging. So it's different, right? So a subtle reminder is just putting the garbage just in front of the door and saying, hey, you know, you got to put that stuff out. You know, a nagging would be, you know, hitting you over the head with a bag. It's not necessary, you know, at least most of us, it's not necessary for that to happen. Let's go for a walk, Johnny. Let's go for a walk, Johnny. Told you to subscribe, but it's just kind of the way it goes. I didn't want to have to do this to you. I mean, it's just an unpleasant part of the job of YouTube. Every job has its ups and downs. Sometimes it's just time to take out the trash, you know what I'm saying? So this is one factor that most people miss when it comes down to bodybuilding. And the secret to gains, I would say, is maintaining that higher frequency no matter what, or at least trying to get a higher level of frequency to remind the body to grow. You don't always have to kill it. Now, another advantage to frequent training, even if it is on the low intensity level, is that it starts to build motivation, so that way you start to be able to manufacture more intensity for certain workouts. So you start to get so acclimated to training, it's just so much easier for you to step up that intensity when you want to, because you're already there, you're already ready, you've already primed the pump. It's like you've built the motivation and the energy in order to be able to really train hard when you need to. So then you have these super intense workouts mixed in with the lower intensity workouts that not only help you grow muscle, but because you're doing the low intensity workouts, you're also keeping the coordination and keeping the groove. So you're not losing the groove by taking time off all the time, right? So I would say the super intense workout once every 7 or 8 days and then taking 6 days off or something like that is counterproductive in a lot of ways, because I find in a lot of cases that will create more of an injury type environment than frequent training. And the reason why is because you're going from 0 to 100 right away in speed. You're going from 0 intensity to 100% intensity, and that shock is actually what can cause more injuries than somebody training too often. So now I'm not saying you can't train too often, of course, but what I am saying is that constantly reminding your body, almost like it's a constant warm-up, that's going to be safer for your body because it's used to doing the movement and it's got the blood flowing all the time. There's not going to be any surprises. So that way when you go into the intense workout, your body's already ready. So I've asked you to subscribe and to click the bell to make sure you receive all notifications and to make sure you watch my videos and that you're not scrolling through them either, because I check the stats on that too. So yeah, don't be scrolling through my videos. Make sure you watch the whole thing. It's not like I'm an unreasonable man. It's not like this is a part of the YouTube mafia or something. It's not like I handle things like that. I think there's a witness. Somebody moving by, I might have to take care of something. Just wait. Witnesses. Well, Johnny, I don't think they're going to find you. So I think I think I've had a good day. Not gonna find you, Johnny. Just because your family's out there looking for you doesn't mean they're gonna find you. You should have subscribed. You should have clicked the bell for all notifications. You should have shared my stuff. And yeah, probably bought a training program or maybe a t-shirt once in a while or something. You know, wouldn't have hurt you. Where are you now, Johnny? Can't spend your money now, can you? No. So hope this helps you out in your training. Thanks a lot for watching. If you need to get a hold of me, just go to naturalglambodybuilding.com, and thanks to the patron supporters, and take care for now.
Gracias.